Hey everyone, how are we doing? Today I'm going to be experimenting with just basic muffins really. Throwing a couple things in there, see how it reacts, see how they turn out. Not really following a recipe, kind of going to make up my own. But without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm just going to start off by rolling up my sleeves again and washing my hands. Also finding my apron and tucking that on. I will see you when I've done all those things. Alrighty, so now that we are ready to cook or bake, we can get started. So at the bottom of the fridge I actually found these crushed up nectarines. So we're going to be chopping them up and using them, and we also have some canned apricots that need to be used up. So I'm going to start by chopping up the fruits that I'm going to be using and chucking them in a saucepan to boil and create kind of like a comté or a bit more of a sauce, but I want it to be quite chunky. So we'll get started with that. So these are quite old, so they've got some not so nice bits on them, which I'll just be cutting off, and we just won't use those bits. A little bit of bruising is not so bad. It's not the end of the world. It's still edible, it's not moldy or make anyone sick or anything. So we'll just cut around this thing in the center here. Oh, I might even be able to pull that out. Yep, there we go. Those bits. That's one of them. Alrighty, the apricots in here, they need to be used up. I'm just going to start heating up my pan here. We've got the left rear on, and I will just start by chopping these up. You're more than welcome to take the skin off of this if you decide to copy my recipe. However, I'm not too worried about it, and neither is my family, so I'm just going to leave it on. And obviously the smaller you cut your pieces, the faster they will reduce and boil down. So as this is a vegan recipe, the apricot and nectarine puree comté type thing we're creating is going to replace the eggs in this recipe. There are many other things you can use to replace eggs, but just so happens that if, same as mashed banana can replace eggs, so as long as we mash it up enough, it'll work as a binding agent, which is perfect. I don't know about this one. Didn't like that bit. This is a lot more than I anticipated. There we are. Just going to put all of these straight in that pan now. Whoppa! There we are. And I'm also going to chop these apricots. Oh dear. They're okay. The syrup seems to have gone all jelly. Scary. Right. Chuck these in here as well. Just three in there. These really need to be used. Right. Chuck these ones in there as well. So my element is a little bit hot. Also, while I'm reducing down these fruits, I'm going to preheat the oven to bake 190 Celsius. in Fahrenheit it's about 375, I think. You're more than welcome to add a little bit of sugar to this if you would like. However, I'm not going for particularly sweet muffins. Just a basic muffin with some sweet fruit added to it. Right, so I'm going to let that just cook over that heat for a little bit. In hindsight, I really should have waited, but it was about 3 nectarines, 2.5 nectarines, and 4 or 5 halved apricots. So you can really add however much you would like. You just may need to add flour if you add a little bit more. Alrighty. We're going to start with 2 cups of flour, but we'll add more if we need some at the end. But to start with, just the 2 cups. Probably shouldn't be doing it this way, but should be right. 2.5, 1.5. I shall get some more flour. Just double check on this real quick. Oh, it's starting to smell very, very nice. I can smell the nectarines. Alrighty. 2 cups of flour just to get us started. I'll leave that out just in case we need some more. And I need a tablespoon of baking powder. This is a half tablespoon measure, so we will add 2 of them. Oh, there's already 1 in here. Interesting. That is 1 half tablespoon. That is 2 half tablespoons, so that's 1 tablespoon. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of sugar, so that's 1, 2 of those as well, and a pinch of salt. And mix this one away. Just a little bit of salt. And the rest of the recipe is 1 egg, which we obviously will not use. Instead, I will be using vegetable oil. And I will be using some milk. We have oat milk. I'm also going to add in some coconut yogurt for a more creamy and richer flavour to the muffins. And we'll see how they work out. And now all we're doing is waiting on the nectarine, which isn't a big deal because I still also have to wait for the oven to preheat. Another thing you can do to make the oven preheat a little bit faster, or at least this is what my parents have told me my whole life, is turn it all the way up and then it apparently heats up faster, but who really knows. Currently the oven is only at 100, so a little while to go on that. I can also try and find a muffin tin. Will be my next job. Okay, I'm just going to give my dry mixture here a little bit of a stir to get the baking powder and the sugar all combined with the flour. So just the dry ingredients combined. So far, I'll write out the recipe and link it for anybody who wants it. But right, I'm going to take my fruit mixture off of the element just now. This is what it looks like at the moment, like pureed apples. Still a little bit lumpy for what I'd like, but I don't really have the patience to cook it down any further, so we're just going to let that cool down a little bit, or quite a bit actually, probably for about 5 minutes. And in the meantime, I will line the tray with the baking cases. Right. So I'm going to be using these silicone reusable baking cases, muffin cases. They look dirty, but I want to show people that they're just burnt. Like this one, for example, the edges are just browned. If anyone knows how to get them off, that'd be great. But great value for money. I'm not too sure how many this will make. So we're going to go for that and see what happens. Put this into another bowl to help it cool down faster. And then I'm going to chuck it on the granite bench top, because the cold bench also should help it cool down a little bit faster. While it's still hot, I'm actually going to mix about quarter cup of yogurt through it. This is coconut yogurt. Bio yogurt, it's quite firm, and it's got a very neutral flavour, I'd say. It's almost bitter. It's not a sweet yogurt. It's got no sugar, no nothing kind of flavours to it. As in, I use it for sour cream. It's quite good for baking though as well. Nachos with sour cream, oh, I miss that a little bit. But the stuff replaces the sour cream pretty well. I'm just going to mix that through, and then I'm also going to add a cup of oat milk. Using that same quarter cup, because I am lazy and I'm very open to admitting that. I'm lazy and impatient. There goes a bit more yogurt. So it's half a cup of oat milk in there. A lot more purple than I expected. Alrighty, and we're going to add in a quarter cup of oil. I'm just going to start with that half cup of milk, because then I may not need to add as much fat. What's on word? Did you guys see that? Oops. Now I've got my wet ingredients in one bowl and my dry ingredients in another, and I can feel that this has cooled down a lot just because I added the milk and the yogurt to it. So we are going to now check how hot the oven is. Yes, okay. The oven is a bit hotter than I need it, but that will do. I'm then going to add in, oh, where'd my wooden spoon go? Oh, add in the wet ingredients there. Oh, yuck. What a lovely sound. Turn those bits in. Found it. And then I'm just going to give this a little mix. I don't want to over mix the mixture because I still want it to be nice and light. It's a little bit on the drier side, so I am just going to add in another quarter cup. Oh, slippery from the oil. Quarter cup of milk. And mix that in. And I have taken on a bit of a purple colour in here. And I still do have a couple clumps of flour, and my batter is not smooth yet, except I don't want it to be smooth. That means I probably overmixed it. So now we're going to add it into our beautiful little muffin tins here. We're going to be using a tablespoon or a dessert spoon, roughly. Got quite a bit of batter left, so we'll just clean up these edges here and wash this off. And those are ready to go in the oven, and I'll just do some mini ones. Right, so we got the mini tray as well, but I've only managed to find 5 of the little silicone thing. So let's hope we don't need many more than that. Oh, I'll try this. I'll wash my hands. Tastes like a regular batter. So I just washed my hands with warm water and soap again, and now I will be filling up the mini ones. That will do me. Right, just Okay, now that we are all cleaned up over there, we can chuck them in the oven. Going to put my big ones on top and my baby ones, oh well, never mind, too late now, on the bottom. I really should have put them all in the middle, but too late now, I kind of forgot. I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. We'll set for 15 because we've also got those baby ones in there. And while I wait for them to cook, I'm going to clean up my mess over here. And we'll come back when they're coming out of the oven. Okay, so just checked and the timer's about to go off like in 1 minute. So thought I'd start filming. Man, a minute's really long when you're waiting on something. There we go. Right. Nope. Definitely need longer. Damn it. Right. We shall give them another 10 minutes or so. Yep, 10 minutes. Alright. Alrighty, we're back. It's gone off again, and we're here to check. Oh, looking a lot better this time. These ones are starting to go brown on the top, so we'll bring them up. I'm going to put these little muffins on the top so that they can go a little bit brown as well. And we're going to check these ones. But I have a feeling they'll need to go back in. I'll put them on the bottom, obviously, but because I've got that colour that they need. But I'm worried that they're not cooked in the middle just yet. Yeah. See how it's a little bit sticky on that toothpick just there? It's not quite cooked yet. Very close, but not yet. So we'll probably give them another 5 minutes or so, and then they'll be done and dusted. And that brings our total to about half an hour in the oven, I think. Back in they go. So the next time I see you, they should be ready. Okay, 3rd time's the charm. Stop that. Yes, these ones will definitely be done, but we will still double check them with a toothpick. Just go into the middle there. Oh, brilliant. I will leave these out to cool. Now in theory the little ones will cook faster than the big ones. However, we had the little ones on the bottom of the oven, so they would have cooked a little bit slower than normal. And these look to be done as well. Just test the second one there. Yeah, looks good to me. Perfect. So I'll just turn this around as well and leave these to cool. And then that is pretty much it for this video. Yeah, of course we gotta have the taste test, so I'll wait for them to cool down. I'll give them about 5 minutes and then I'll put them on a rack, and we'll probably photograph them and put them on my Instagram. If you're not already following, it is project_vegan_, and feel free to check it out. Yeah, that'll just about do us until I taste them. Right, so I already started this. I have started taking the cupcakes out of the cases and putting them on the rack. So the cupcakes are actually coming out muffins really, are coming out really easily. So that's great. I've actually made muffins, but cupcake sized. Let us try them. So I'm just gonna have a little one because I don't really feel like it. There we go. So that's what the inside of them looks like. Still steaming, still warm. There's a piece of fruit in this one as well. So, The fruit is nice and soft, but unlike blueberries, it doesn't kind of go with the texture of the muffin as well. It still tastes really good. Just tastes like a regular muffin. I could have added a bit more sugar into the mixture, so if you're doing it yourself, I'd recommend adding just a little bit more sugar to the muffin mixture. It would go quite nicely. But all in all, solid muffin. Still nice and light and fluffy. So I'd say overall that was a win. Pretty good. And with that, that pretty much concludes today's video. If you want to see the final product and final dressing of my muffins, you can head over to my Instagram page. There'll be a photo of them there by the time this video is up. Might have to scroll back up a bit, but we'll see. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video and experimenting with me in the kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this content and watch more if you do like it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.